Good morning. Now, a DA councillor has been gunned down in Philippi East in Cape Town. It's understood Councillor Xolile Gwangxu was shot dead after a meeting held at his office in a local community hall. Well, to give us more details on the line, we're joined by Zara Nicholson. She speaks for the Cape Town Mayor, Patricia De Lille. Zara, firstly, our condolences to the loss of a member of the DA, a councillor of the DA. But the circumstances are very tragic. Do you have any idea what happened?
Morning, Dan. Thank you for that. It's indeed chilling news we received last night. You know, to think that councillor was busy with a series of community meetings last night. You know, as the typical dedicated community servant that he was, he met with numerous community members, you know, obviously addressing their concerns. And as he was leaving his ward offices last night, a lone man walked up to him and shot him. He died on the scene. It's just deeply, deeply tragic and heart-sore for us. The city of Cape Town is tremendously shocked, and, you know, that someone could just take such a life. You know, he was well-loved in the community. He was well-loved amongst the councillors because everybody recognized just what a dedicated servant he was, and that, you know, the concerns of the community was always close to his heart, and he worked tirelessly to address them and assist the community in any way that he could.
How is Patricia De Lille dealing with this tragic news?
It's indeed a shock for the mayor. I mean, we know him as a man who just worked so hard all the time. He was completely committed and personified what a public servant is about. So the mayor is shocked and saddened by this news. It's a great loss for the city of Cape Town, for you know, the community he served and his fellow councillors. I know that when I went onto social media last night, there was just an outpouring of love and grief from fellow councillors and people who had worked very closely with him, you know, talking about the type of man that he was. And this is indeed a tremendous loss for us. And we just feel for his family. This is a horrible way for someone like that to go. To think that someone just goes up to you, it's utterly chilling, and we extend our deepest condolences to his wife, his family, and his friends, and they are in our thoughts and prayers during this difficult time.
Zara, the police have issued a statement saying they are busy investigating the shooting, which took place at about 8 o'clock last night, as you said, as Mr. Gwangxu was leaving. Mr. Gwangxu was leaving the Philippi East Community Hall, where his offices are situated. Now, you said a short while ago that he was approached by one man who then shot him. Any reason the DA has to believe why he may have been targeted in this way, without prejudging or preempting, rather, the conclusion of the investigation by the police? Any reason why you believe he might have been a target?
Well, I certainly can't say anything for sure. I don't have any information on hand to suggest what the motivation could have been. We are obviously going to be working very closely with the South African police and whoever was on the scene or near in the vicinity at the time. I really cannot speculate at all. But we just too shocked at this stage to even think there. But we are committed to working with the authorities to make sure that the perpetrators brought to book, because this was just just such a tragedy and a chilling thing to do to someone, you know, the caliber of the man that Councillor Xolile was.
Well, I mean, very briefly, to conclude our discussion, Zara, obviously you guys are shaken this morning with this with the tragic death of that councillor. Do you think it could be a political assassination? I mean, we've seen some of them in KwaZulu-Natal involving other parties, not the DA. Do you think the DA could be suffering as well in the Western Cape from a possible political assassination?
Well, we certainly don't hope that's the case. You know, I cannot speculate or say. I can't even give any kind of comment in that regard until we find out a bit more from this investigation, and only then we can say. We certainly hope that that's not the case, because, you know, this is someone that's working for the sake of improving the lives of community members. And that's going to just be just tragic, even more so if there is any inclination that was the reason. But like I say, we don't know, and we will just wait for the investigation to unfold before we comment officially in that regard.
Thank you very much. Zara Nicholson, spokesperson for the Cape Town Mayor, Patricia De Lille.